As the year draws towards its inevitable conclusion, I wanted to take a look ahead to 2024 and what lies in store for the Lunduke Journal. Because it's exciting, and I love looking ahead at things, and I love what we've got planned. I am truly jazzed about it, and I think you will be too. And I also wanted to talk very, very briefly about a discount we're running right now. And this isn't some random normal sale. As you'll see as we talk about it, we're doing a sale specifically to upgrade all of the studio equipment that we use to produce the Lunduke Journal. All microphones and cameras and HDMI capture and all the stuff that makes for great audio and video quality. And we're running a $97 for a lifetime subscription deal. And every single penny of that over the next however many days. It's December 11th now. This runs until December 15th. Until then, every penny that comes in from new subscriptions, lifetime or otherwise, gets funneled right into the Studio Upgrade Fund. It's pretty exciting. So here we go. Let's look ahead at 2024. First and foremost, and this isn't starting in 2024, technically this just starts later this week, but it really is part of the 2024 plan. The Untitled Nerdy Chat Show. And it may say untitled, but that's its official title. This came about. I need to back up a little bit here. A long time ago, many years back, I filmed a pilot of a TV show for a cable network. That TV show was a late night talk show / chat show that was all about nerdy topics, comic books and video games and all that sort of thing. That show was called the Untitled Geek Talk Show. That is what we called it. That was what it was called during the whole pilot production. Now, we filmed the pilot on a sound stage or at a little stage in Burbank, California, and it did not get picked up. It crashed and burned and failed spectacularly. But as time went on, I came to realize that I really wanted to do a chat show. Now, this doesn't need to be some sort of late night talk show format. I simply wanted the opportunity to sit down every week with happy, friendly, wonderful nerds and talk about nerdy things. And I am doing that now. I'm calling it the Untitled Nerdy Chat Show. And starting this Wednesday, going for every Wednesday here on out, at least that's the plan. It might move the day depending on what the audience requires. But right now the plan is for every Wednesday for me and a small group of fellow nerds to sit down and talk about computer nerdy stuff and some other non-computer nerdy but still nerdy topics mixed in as well. And we've got some celebrity guests lined up. We've got some fellow tech celebrities coming on board to help out with that. And we're also going to bring in some of you, because this is an opportunity for all of us to hang out and be nerds together. Not just a bunch of tech celebs sitting around talking, but tech celebrities and non-celebrities alike. As long as we're all happy, wonderful nerds, just sitting around and being nerdy with each other. And I'm really excited for it. It kicks off on Wednesday and will run every Wednesday thereon. Interacting with other people is one of my favorite parts about shows. If you've seen some of my live shows, you know that I love hecklers. I love it when people from the audience talk to me, at least to a certain extent. Sometimes it gets to be a bit much, but most of the time I really love it. And those opportunities to talk with other fellow nerds almost always end up being my favorite parts of the various shows. If you've never watched my Programmers Are Evil show, go over to lunduke.locals.com and search for Programmers Are Evil. And that's a live show I did some years back. And it's a good enough show. I talk in a lot of goofy ways about how mean and evil programmers are. But where it got really fun for me was near the end of the show, I started getting heckled by an audience member. And it resulted in 10 or 15 minutes of some of my favorite favorite material from almost any show I've ever done. It was just because of the opportunity we had to riff off of each other and to play around with ideas and goof on each other, and it was great. That interaction was just fantastic, and I want to enable more of those opportunities going forward. So the Untitled Nerdy Chat Show going into 2024 is going to be a pretty big deal. Second big change for the coming year is a little bit of a shift in the priority I'm giving to articles. Throughout the last few years, I've done a pretty big mix of small articles and big articles. It's been kind of all over the map. It's just been topics that I have found interesting. Some of those articles are gigantic, deeply researched articles that take sometimes weeks and even months to prepare with IRS forms that get scoured through and interviews and deep research, and other ones are just quick little articles I throw together. Well, heading into 2024, I am shifting that priority. Less of the small articles and more of the big ones. Basically, what that means is I'll be spending less of my time writing small little articles, and that time that I would have spent on those littler articles is going to be directed towards the big ones. And the reason for that is nobody else seems to be doing those types of articles, at least not generally. The articles where I dive into the finances of a foundation and the like. The real deep actual tech journalism is really lacking right now in the world at large. And since that is something that the Lunduke Journal is uniquely positioned to do, in that we don't take any money from big tech, we don't take any advertiser revenue, so we don't have to worry about making an advertiser mad, because we don't have any. We just have all of you, subscribers, making all of what we do possible. And so what the plan is just more of the big articles. I've got a few of those coming out during the month of December, which is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to get yelled at for one of them. And then generally going forward, I've got a number of articles I'd like to spend some time doing some deep research on coming into January, and we'll see whatever else comes up. It's going to be a good time, and I think it helps to continually differentiate the Lunduke Journal from all of the other tech publications that are out there. No regurgitated press releases here, just actual deep journalism. That I think is a worthwhile contribution to the world, and it's one that we can actually make. That's pretty cool. And then one of the third really big change coming into this coming year is that we're not going to really be doing sales anymore. Sales and discounts and subscription promotions and the like is something that we've had to do a lot of over the last 2 years. And the reason for that is pretty simple. We don't take any ad money. There's no advertisements. There's no sponsorships. We don't do any of that sort of thing. And we're one of the only publications on Earth, and we're talking YouTubers and podcasters and everywhere else. Everyone takes money from sponsors and advertisers, from big tech, medium tech, little tech, sponsors and advertisers galore. And that has been the traditional way that podcasts, YouTubers, tech publications, print and online articles have all been monetized by advertisements. And because the Lunduke Journal just didn't want to do that, we had to go the subscriber route. And it has been a challenge, to say the least, to get enough subscribers coming in on a regular basis that we could keep the lights on and keep doing what we're doing full time. And we pulled it off. I mean, we've pulled it off, and that is nothing short of friggin' miraculous. How we pulled that off, I don't know. It's thanks in large part to all of you chiming in and helping out, helping not just by becoming subscribers, but by spreading the word and advocating for us and letting other people know about our content. I mean, that's really what made it happen. And so we've had to do a ton of sales and promotions and discounts in order to get that going. That's just what's had to happen. However, the Lunduke Journal has sort of hit a critical mass point. We've had such a large number of new subscribers, both free and paid, come in over the last year. And we have such a huge amount of new content coming that is the kind of content that would typically drive subscriptions, that we don't really need to do the sales going forward. You know, we've needed to do it, and we've needed to do it for a million reasons. We've needed to pull people over from all the other platforms that we used to be on, like Patreon and Substack, where we consolidated everyone to locals. That was a very exciting thing that we did over the last year, and it required a lot of sales to make that happen, to kind of encourage everyone to make the move, and we don't need to do that going forward. And on top of all that, the prices are going to go up. So not only are we going to offer less sales, but we're going to increase our prices. So the current prices are $5 for a monthly subscription, $45 for a yearly. The triple pass per year, so for all three sites, the political, the entertainment, and the tech, is $95 a year, or we offer the lifetime triple pass. So you get everything for the rest of your life and you never have to pay again for $295. That's the current price. The price it's going up to is going to match inflation. So on January 1st, the monthly price will be $6, from $5 to $6, and everything else goes up based on that. The yearly goes up to $54, and the lifetime goes up to $335. So that's what it's going to be come January 1st. And that the price increase is just to match inflation. And the lack of sales, the getting rid of the sales, is simply because we don't need to do them anymore. Now, here we are in December. It's December 11th as I'm recording this. Coming up in the next few days, we're going to be launching the Untitled Nerdy Chat Show, which, of course, has video and audio, and it's a big show. And then on December 20th, December 20th is Linux Sucks 2023, which is going to be a big thing. And that's going to be free for everyone to watch. And it's going to be only at lunduke.locals.com. It will also live stream on rumble.com on the Lunduke Rumble channel. But the on-demand video will be entirely over at lunduke.locals.com, but free for everyone. And with all of these new shows happening and all of these big events coming, we want to increase the audio and video quality of the work that we're doing. Because until now, it's pretty simple. It's fine. It's classy. It's easy. It's easy on the eyes. But we do have some improvements that need to be made. We need a new camera. My microphone that is in front of me right here has been beaten to high holy heck. It hasn't been upgraded in about 5 years, and it's gotten a whole lot of usage and has traveled all over this United States of ours. We need new HDMI capture card. We need a bunch of stuff. So what we're going to do is just for this week, we're going to run what is potentially going to be the last sale of any kind that the Lunduke Journal is going to be doing for a very long time. Until December 15th, which I believe is this coming Friday, $97 for a lifetime triple pass subscription, meaning you get access to everything at the Lunduke Journal for the rest of your life for $97. It's psychotically cheap. I mean, crazy, crazy cheap. Basically, you go to lunduke.locals.com/support. You click on the Give Once tab, because you only have to pay one time. And there's a little amount field there. That amount field is editable, right? You can put whatever. You can put $1 million in there if you want. If you put $1 million in, I wouldn't mind. But put $97 in. You put $97 in there and you check out. What's going to happen then is you'll be instantly granted 1 month of access. And you're like, wait a minute, I thought I was getting lifetime support. How this works is this. You get 1 month of access by doing a give once thing. That's just part of how the locals processing system works. I then get alerted that you just made a $97 payment. And then I go in and with 2 clicks, I make your account lifetime full access. So it's a little bit manual on my side, but it only takes me a few seconds. You will then never have to pay again for the Lunduke Journal. That's it, and that's all. And until December 15th, every dollar that comes in from every kind of subscription, all new subscriptions, whether you're getting the $97 lifetime or just the $5 monthly, all the new subscriptions go directly towards whatever studio equipment we can manage to put together. So if a flood of you send in $1 million, we're going to put $1 million towards studio equipment. Be one heck of a studio. You don't have to send in $1 million. $500K would be fine. But you can put in any amount you want, $97 or more. If you want to send in more, it's fine. And that will all go towards upgrading the studio equipment for the upcoming shows. Now, it may not all be in place. It won't be all in place when we start the Untitled Nerdy Chat show this Wednesday. But the plan is that at least a good chunk of those studio upgrades will be in place by the time Linux Sucks 2023 films on the 20th, because that's going to be a live show. I'm going to stream the whole thing live, record it locally, and then there will be an on-demand version for all of you to watch after that. So you can go grab those right now. Again, for those of you who are kind of new around here, we have 3 sites in the Lunduke Journal. There is the main one. The core of it all is lunduke.locals.com. That's where all the tech happens, all the computer-related nerdiness, Linux and Unix, and right now Amiga Week is going on, and retro and modern computing. It's fantastic. We don't allow any politics there of any kind, ever. We just keep the politics out of it. The only time politics gets mentioned at the Lunduke Journal, at lunduke.locals.com, is when it's part of an article, not advocating for or against politics, but taking specific note of how a particular tech company, say, gives money, right? Those are the only times that really comes up. And that's more about the organization and usage of, say, donations to a tech foundation, right? Just so that it's on the record. But what people want to think about those politics, what politics people want to support, we leave that entirely up to everybody. We don't judge at lunduke.locals.com. We keep it firmly focused on the tech, because computers should make us happy and bring us together as nerds. I firmly believe that. And if we put things like politics and whatnot into the mix, it's just going to drive us apart. We need to bring us together as nerds and focus on the parts of computing that just bring us joy and the like. And that's what lunduke.locals.com is all about. Then there's nerdyentertainment.locals.com, which is all about entertainment. Comic books and movies and TV, and also we try and avoid politics there too. Now again, every now and then it'll come up that, hey, a particular, say, comic book or a superhero movie or something will delve a little bit into the political realm. Well, of course we're going to mention it, but we're not going to get into any sort of political arguments with each other there. We're just going to focus on the good, nerdy entertainment that we all know and love. Or hate. And then if you do want to talk about politics, there is an entire portion, an isolated, off to the side from everything else portion of the Lunduke Journal that's just about politics. It's conservativenerds.locals.com. You can be nerdy there. You can talk about computery stuff there and entertainment stuff there. In fact, a lot of people do. But it is all political. If you go there, expect politics. So if you don't want to hear about politics, do not go to that portion of the Lunduke Journal community. Just don't subscribe to conservativenerds.locals.com at all, and you will just never know that it's even there. We don't really mention it in other places. And the same is true. If you don't want to hear about comic books and superhero movies, don't go to nerdyentertainment.locals.com. If you don't want to hear people championing for and or complaining about the latest Doctor Who episodes, avoid nerdyentertainment.locals.com. You get to kind of choose. We've separated these out into 3 little communities because then you get to choose the type of content you see from me and the type of stuff you interact with the community about. So if you just want the tech, go to lunduke.locals.com. All right. Again, if you want to take advantage of that sale, go to lunduke.locals.com/support. I'll put a link to wherever this is at, and there will probably be a post near the top of lunduke.locals.com that will link to that at least through December 15th. You can do the thing where you click give once and then enter $97 or more in the editable field, and then boom, you get a lifetime subscription. So this is basically like a third of the price. So like a 30%, so what is that? Like a 70% discount or more of the lifetime subscription if you get it this week. And then it's up to the normal price through the end of the month. And then it goes up again to the new price come January 1st. So this is the time to get it. This is beyond just upgrading the studio equipment. This is also a little bit of a way of saying thank you, because all of you have supported the work that I've done over the last several years, and in some cases over the last almost 2 decades. And I couldn't be here without all of you. And looking ahead, we are primed for some pretty awesome growth, which means a lot of new people, a lot of new fresh ears and eyes coming to the Lunduke Journal. And that's great, and that's amazing. And those people will have to pay the full price. But all of you who have supported me for so long, who have spread the word, who have sent in words of encouragement, who have been subscribers and donators and the like, for you, I'd like to make it cheap for you to be here forever, because you really have made all this possible. It's just my way of saying thank you. I don't know of a better way to do it. So give yourself a little Christmas or Hanukkah present. Give a little Christmas or Hanukkah present at the same time to the Lunduke Journal. And if you want to give a lifetime subscription as a gift to someone else, do the same thing, follow the same instructions, and then email me at brian@lunduke.com that you would like your subscription to be gifted to someone else, and I'll work with you on the details of that. We can do some kind of fun stuff there. All right, everybody. I want to say thank you. There's a lot more shows and content and articles and everything to come over the next few weeks before the year ends. But since this is sort of my year-end wrap-up episode, I want to say thank you for all of the support and all of the success that we've seen in 2023. It's all in large part thanks to all of you, and thank you for the friendship. Because when I go to the locals community, I am blown away every day with the nerdiness, with the joy, with the friendship, with the just generally good attitudes of everyone within the Lunduke Journal community. You are without question the best nerds on planet Earth. All right, everybody, nerds and nerdettes, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, other words that are those sorts of things. That's it for today, or at least that's it for this episode. Again, thank you for everything that you do, and I will see you all a little bit later.